Hey, today is Friday, September 4th, 2020. Just to give you an update on my back garden. So this is an autumn update. There's some new flowers, the status of some of the older flowers I put up in my videos, and just to fill you in on what's what here. So this would be a new flower bed that I put in I believe 2019, and painted the fence here. And what I've got going on here, a few changes every couple weeks, but we have two mums on the outside here and here, which were bought in pots a couple years ago. They're just huge. I'll try to get closer, and you can see how large they're. Oh, it's 3 feet across, anyways. This one on the left. In the middle, there are two. I think they're called Australian palm or something. I have the thing for it, and they were about the size of this little fella here when I put them in. They came in a container. So 2 years later, they're now about they're up to my shoulder, anyways. And there's some in town that grow to 5 to 6 feet. So we'll see how they do that. I may have to move them out of here. But I put this here palm in just a couple days ago into this planter I built out of recycled bits and pieces, and stained it, and that should grow. It's very deep, so the root for this palm, I'm calling it, should take off into there. And just this morning I picked up a few cyclamens, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I've never had any before, so I picked up 3 different colors. And this is one of the first ones that I put in a little planter that I have to fix up. Beautiful color on the cyclamens. And again, here's the giant mum. It's got a bit of a hole in it. I think I may have been playing with a ball and it went astray. There's a little heuchera leaf. I've got other better ones. This fuchsia is fabulous. What a great story. I picked it up for about €2, and it was in a tiny little pot like the one on the left, and it's exploded. So that'll be hopefully a beautiful thing in the future. Lady's mantle, I picked up in the Bailey-Hur Mountains, growing wild, and put it in the garden here, and it's taken off really well. It's a real interesting flowery plant. It hasn't flowered yet, but it's a nice cover, ground cover. A few primroses, which bloomed in the spring. They died off. I brought them back, put them in a little planter, and some mint back there, and another mum, as you can see, a tiny one. Over this way, there's my lady on the wall. She's lovely. This is where I have my breakfast, dinner. These are a few planters I put in. I built this myself, actually. You'll see here on the left. I built both of these out of ceramic tile and cement pavers, and I cemented them all together in the interior and inside, so they look really nice from the outside. And that's a viburnum here. It has berries and flowers. It should berry all winter. The berries will be displayed all winter. And this first one I've ever had. I don't know. The fellow at the garden shop said they're too big for a planter. I could take it out afterwards and move it to some ground area. On the bottom there is a nice little begonia that I have. I've never owned begonias before, but I've bought a few at the local grocery store, and they're doing pretty well. I put them in a little pot. This is a begonia. For a few euros, it's doing good. And there's they call it Chinese cabbage. I don't know all the names of everything here, but it's growing well. I put it in a wicker pot. It's just temporary. It's just to add some color to the garden. And then this one is a lily. I wish I had pictures of when it was blooming. It was super cool orange, red, pink, yellow. It was really a nice lily. I'll cut that back, and it'll come back every year. They bulb. So a couple of ivies I threw in the planter just to give it a bit of, just a bit of contrast. And then swinging over this way, this is where everything's happening in the garden here. I put a flower box in here as a temporary thing, and I really do like it. I'm going to keep it. I may expand it a little bit this way, and then I'll cement it in and put some fascia stone on there. But just around here, just to show you what we've got. If you watched my previous video, I had 2 calla lilies in here. One has died. or at least the greenery has died off. One is doing okay. Just this morning I put in 3 cyclamens I purchased at the Lidl store. You can see the nice, we got a red, magenta, I don't know, reddy red, and a very reddy red one. Nice there. In the front currently is a dianthus pink something or other. It's nice. A lily that again was beautiful. Another 3 lilies there picked up on offer. Nice pots too though. Some really nice color in the pots. There's a calla lily there too that is doing well. So I had 3 calla lilies that I haven't touched them. One in a pot. It's doing okay. 2 in planters. One doing okay. One died. And I fed them, the same amounts of water, if at all, any. Anyways, we'll move on. So this, I forget the name of this one, but I picked it up for a couple of euros. It's got some purpley flowers on it. They're pretty nice. And this red fellow here is called a cock's crow comb, like a rooster. They get pretty large. Around town I've seen them much bigger than this, but it's great color, red foliage and all. And then there's a couple Egyptian star clusters. They really didn't take off well, but the bees are still, bees and butterflies in the morning are really attracted to these. So there's, they could be fuller, but they're just enough for the wildlife here. Down below is a balloon flower. These are really cool. You'll see it here. This flower pod is a well, they call it balloon flower because it looks like a balloon. The coolest part is before they bloom, they balloon out, and they form this really cool, like a Japanese lantern type shape, and then they pop with color. Real nice. A dahlia. I've had really bad luck with dahlias. I think it's the slugs. I figured it out. It's tons of buds on it. Yeah, but I'm not having really good luck with the foliage. So I'm just trying everything I can because I really love this flower, and this dahlia is really nice color. Up above the dahlia is a daylily. It had nice yellow flowers. Got great foliage. It's probably doubled in size. I'll probably move it out of this cast pot and put it into some ground because they grow really well around here. This heuchera is just, this was a cutting. Look at it now. It was, believe it or not, it was a cutting off of the original heuchera in the front. And it's filled up the container. It's got to be split maybe in the spring and then put into the ground somewhere. This is my nursery area, so it's not really much to look at, but I do have some heather over there and just some more Egyptian star clusters. And then my rose bushes over here, they're doing okay. Over on the outside of the wall is my really nice rose bushes, super red. Classic roses. These are a bit more of a miniature rose, a little smaller. Nice. And another surprise for today, I picked just today, again, I walked down to the store and I picked up the 5 cyclamens and 2 these heather variety species. I love heather. I've got some here. They grow wild up in the mountains. I love to see them. It's a lovely flower. They should bloom all winter. Just fabulous. Look how they're really cool. They were just €2 each, and they filled up this planter that's about 2 feet wide. So I may go down and get a few more today. In the back there is that's a star cluster that's doing really well. You see, that's my best one. I haven't touched it. I don't know why. Another fuchsia. I bought a pair of them there. He's doing good. I'm running out of planters and making things out of whatever I can. I've got some hens and chickens there. They're doing really well. You see a few of the weeds are doing really well here, but the chicks are doing great. I've separated them off of the main mother there, and they're doing really good. I should have a bucket full of them next year. Another star cluster. You see the flowers on them? They're really cool here. Like, there's close up. And the buds. This thing here, whatever you call it, was filled, and maybe they will again. They just they're kind of here and there on the flower, but they're really nice. Again, here's the heathers real close up. They're really, really pretty flower. I like them a lot. Heathers, they're super low maintenance, and they get really large and take up a lot of room and look good. Over here is a Dusty Miller. It was it was like this big when I bought it. Literally, it was with three other things in here. It was like a display thing, and I don't know what to do with it. My gosh, this is huge. Anyways, this is a Gerbera. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's got a bud on it. I'll show you one that's flowering. I have bought two of them. Impatiens. I've never had an impatient plant before, so I didn't know what to expect out of this. I bought it, and it was in a small pot, smaller than this, and I put it into a clay pot, ceramic pot that I have, and it's just taken off. There's tons of new foliage. The leaves are doing great. There's been a bit of terrible rain recently. It's ruined some of the flowers, but it's the one of the impatiens. It's a pinkish, I call it pink. But it's real nice. Some of these are real pretty. Oh, it's just real pretty to look at from back here. It's nice, and there's some evergreen, ever flowerings. Over here I have a heuchera that I put in. This is from another cutting of the cutting, and I put it in the ground here because it was getting too big for its pot, and I'm expecting this thing to be in September 4th, probably have another month or so of growing time, middle of October maybe. So in 4 weeks this should really fill out, and I hope it fills up this corner here is what I'm hoping. There's some wood that we picked up at Banna Beach. Banna Beach. Just some decorations, little things I made. And then in the center here is our little table that I can't use at the moment because I have it covered with plants. Yeah, I'm running out of space to put them. I have a hosta that's several years old. It's been eaten by slugs and other things, and I've just been really every day I've been trying to take care of it. And it's finally setting some good roots. And there's a little primmy in there I didn't want to get rid of. So this hosta will be back next year. Here's the Gerbera I was talking about. They're so bushy, but they shoot up these flowers from the stalk here. They're made for cut flowers. So if you like a cut flower, these will come up every couple of days. I can see there's at least one more in there, and this took about 3 or 4 days to pop up this tall. And it'll bloom. It'll be about that big. It's nice. This is what's the label on this one? It's Crystal Peak White Physotegia. Anyway, I don't know, but it's really cool. The bees are all over this thing on a sunny day, so it's a great pollinator plant. It's great for bees. I picked it up at the store in Limerick. Another heuchera there. He's got his own pot now. He should be doing well. And cyclamen I picked up just this morning. Nice colors on the cyclamen. Again, this will be like a, magenta. I don't know. Heuchera there, another heuchera. So 2 heucheras, 3 heucheras in the back from cuttings. And then down here is the wrap up of the back flower garden. There's a miniature sunflower I bought a few weeks ago. It had 3 flowers on it, you see, but this one here is the last remaining. The other 2 withered. However, I cut them off, and 2, 4, 6 buds at least. I just hope they pop. And I know from home that sunflowers can go into October, so that is a good plant, and it was only a few euros. Another begonia. You see, they need to be constantly tweaked. The flowers do pretty well, but then they start to fade off. But here, it's a great color. They got an orange one and a yellow one. I've never had begonias before, so why not? I said, I put them in a little planter. Some garden on it. Little primmy down there, little yellow primmy. This